Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and I'm here today with the brand new expansion pack for The Sims 4, which is The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits. This is courtesy of the EA Creator Network, who do provide me with codes for The Sims 4, so full disclosure, just so you know. Now this is going to be a bit of a CAS video, but it's not going to be a full review of every single item that comes with this pack. Other people have already done this. I know English Simmer has a great video on this if you want to go and check her out, and there's going to be plenty of other creators that you can go and watch as well. So if you want to kind of like itemized, this is exactly what you're getting. This is not the video for you. My intention with this video is to create a full household of single young adult Sims that your Sims can date. Basically, you can drop this household into your world and you've got more single Sims for you to get to know. Now, the reason for this is the new expansion pack Adventure Awaits comes with this system called Getaways, and one of these getaways that's kind of pre-programmed into the game is a romantic competition or a singles romance getaway. So you can go and kind of meet people, you can flirt, you can, you know, fish those waters a little bit and kind of see who you want to date for yourselves. Now, they all do have preferences. I've given them all kind of like gender, jealousy preferences, but I'm not going to tell you what they are in this video. It's up to you to kind of like download them, date them, and if you want to find out those things through gameplay, through a bit of trial and error, I think that's a more fun way of approaching this. So let me get into it. So we've got Ellie Best, and I've tried to make them all very different, and I've tried to create Sims that reflect the different aspects of the pack. So I've got Ellie Best, Callie O'Pia, I think I'm very clever with the names, Addie Murell, Cherry Bakewell, which if you're British, you know, if you know, you know, Eros Longshot, Kaye Waterdeep, shout out Baldur's Gate, Max Wellness, I'm sorry, I laugh at my own jokes, and Riley Peak. He's so peak. So yeah, a good mix of Sims there for you to download and date if you want to. I just want to make sure that you've got everything you need when you get the pack yourselves to kind of like get going, just set up and go basically. So I just want to give you a lot of options. I'm going to go through them now, kind of like talk about the personalities, the styling, but if you want to leave the video here and just go and kind of get started in your own game and kind of like download them straight from the gallery, I'll try and get them up straight away as soon as I post this video. But yeah, talking about them a little bit. So Ellie Best here, she's kind of like the popular girl. She is the girl who is always up to go out and try something and do something. She's kind of the party planner of the group. So she's the one who's always like, hey, who's available on Thursday? Who wants to go kayaking? If you have packs like Get Together, I would recommend. So currently she's got Friend of the World, because I do want to keep these entirely base game and just Adventure Awaits. That's the plan anyway. So hopefully when I upload them, you'll only need Adventure Awaits and you'll be good to go. But if you do own other packs, I think I quite like Leader of the Pack for her from Get Together, which is like the person who's in charge of all the clubs and things like that. She's also competitive, which is the new trait that comes with the expansion pack. Where is it? There it is. And you can see it says competitive Sims have to be the best at anything they put their sweaty focus on. So they do actually sweat. If they're doing anything like playing soccer, doing a jigsaw puzzle, anything that has an element of competition to it, or, you know, anything where it's like you need to win this, they will literally start sweating. It's so funny. Excuse me, especially, I'm a bit unwell today, which is why I've not got my camera on. Especially games and physical activities. They're all about winning, so they take losing really personally. Depending on how they manage their competitive spirit, these Sims can either become an inspiration for Sims excellence or bask in the toxic pits of the abyss and become the ultimate sore loser. I believe competitive spirit is tied to children only. I'm pretty sure adults don't get that. So yeah, she never dealt with a competitive spirit, so she just has the adult version of the trait. She's also outgoing and cheerful, and she loves diving, retro music, blue, white, archery, red. She's very kind of like all American, you know. She's that wholesome girl that you're going to see on all the the clothing adverts, who's out kind of camping with her friends in the forest, and I don't know, she's playing volleyball at the beach. Not that she can play volleyball. What's volleyball in The Sims? Nobody knows. But yeah, she's always like the glue that holds the group together. But she can be a little bit intense, and she can be a little bit pushy. I've decided that she's a Virgo, because Virgos have that, they're very social because they're ruled by Mercury, and they have that, like, they're really good with people, I always find, and they tend to be quite active. I always find, like, all my Virgo friends, everybody that I know that's Virgo, it's like when they dream, they have action movie dreams, and they're the hero of the action movie. So I think she is Virgo. Let me know if you disagree down in the comments. I don't know why I'm into star signs today, but I've given them all star signs. Let me go through her outfits then. So she has this really cute outfit here. This to me is kind of like these new shorts. Actually, these are new rugby shorts that come with the pack. I'll just kind of like quickly show you some of the colours here. But yeah, she's kind of like shorts and t-shirt. She's outdoors, she's doing activities, but it gets a bit chilly, so she throws this kind of like jacket on over the top. I think this is tagged only for men, but if you take the feminine tag off, you'll get access to it, and I think it looks really cute on the girls as well. It's a really nice jacket too. I like the buttons. Can you see the buttons are ever so slightly raised, like they're not flat, so it's a nicely designed jacket, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. Let me show you some of the colours of this, because again, it's not a full cast review, but I want to kind of like show you a few of the items that I particularly like. So yeah, that's her dealio. The hat's base game, the shoes are base game. Oh, she also has the friendship bracelets that come with the pack, because again, like her whole thing is socializing, keeping the group together. So I think she would really, really be into the idea of friendship bracelets. If you want to craft friendship bracelets, you can get growing together, which allows you to actually make them. There's like a little crafting kit, and then you can like give them to other people. You can swap them. Very, very cute. But she wears these with every single outfit. She's very, very pleased, like proud of her friendship bracelets. So going to her formal wear, she just has this base game outfit on. Adventure Awaits, the style of it is very outdoorsy and sporty. It's very like active wear. So there's no real formal wear in this pack from what I've found. So she has just got a base game outfit. Oh, let me show you her little face as well. She's so pretty. She's so cute. So I always love kind of customizing my Sims, and using the makeup to give them a little bit of an interesting look to them. You know, I don't like, oh, these are the new hairs in the pack. The new hairs are so nice. So like these pigtails are so pretty. I know how to do this as well. You know, instead of plaiting, twisting. Oh, if I had my camera on, I'd show you how to do that. It's like a medieval style plait. Anyway, getting back onto it. So her makeup, if I take her makeup off, you can see what she looks like without the makeup, just so you can see the custom makeup and kind of like what she looks like barefaced, because some of you might want to do her makeup yourselves, or you know, might want to know what she looks like barefaced, and yeah, that's what she looks like. And yeah, I just go in and I kind of like customize the makeup, and yeah, I think she's really pretty. All my Sims as well have something that I don't consider them flaws, but they could be considered a flaw, right? None of my Sims are ever 100% perfect. I don't believe in perfection. And so they always have something that I would consider like a quirk or a feature. And I believe that she has a little gap tooth. Let me just zoom out. Yeah. Can you see she's got a little gap tooth? So that's her little thing. That's her little quirk. I think she's super cutie. In terms of her figure, she just has kind of like a normal, sporty, slim figure. Because she's very outdoorsy, she's very active, she's very enthusiastic. So she's always kind of like off to meet people, running from person to person. So she's kind of, and like she enjoys doing things. So I figure she'd like have quite a healthy body shape. No, I don't want to get into like healthy body shapes, but you know what I mean. She's got like a naturally slim figure, naturally got a bit of muscle, not overdone it. It's kind of just because of the activities she does. So yeah, that's her formal wear. This is her sportswear. And again, she is quite sporty. She likes archery. She likes like the kayaking, all the new things that come with the pack. You know, if someone suggests it, she's up for it. She just likes doing things as a group, no matter what the activity is. She likes getting out and having a bit of an event. I'm talking too fast, it's because I'm excited. She likes getting out and having a bit of an adventure. Now, I really, really like this set. This is one of those matching sets. One criticism I have of Cass is that I expect things to match better than they do. So I will try and like mix and match, and then I can't find a matching swatch. This set in particular does have matching swatches, so I'll just kind of show you all the options here. So, you know, I really like this green colour, for example, but yeah, let's go down here as well. You can see it has like matching swatches, but if you try to match it with this, it might not necessarily match. Not everything has matching swatches, which disorientates me a little bit. I wish they were a little bit more consistent with the colour palette across the pack, but yeah, I think it'll be easier if you have other packs installed, but I am a bit disappointed because I would have preferred more matching sets, very similar to like fitness stuff, you know, like the fitness what's it called, fitness, not fitness stuff, throwback fitness kit, was it called, the first kit we got that was like sporty themed, that mixed and matched really well across all the items. So I wish they'd taken more of that angle, but yeah, this matching set I think is really, really cute. I really, really like this. I think it's very, very flattering, kind of looks good on most body types, especially those leggings. I love a good pair of high-waisted leggings. So yeah, I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this set, and I do like that it looks like professionally sporty, so it almost looks like an Olympic team training kit, you know, like if she was part of some Olympic swim team and she was doing a little bit of running to keep fit, you know, I like that it almost looks like the team colours. So I do like that because I've always wanted more sporty clothing. In fact, actually, I can't wait to talk about swimwear with this pack. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words again. It happens when I get excited. I'm also kind of tired today. Sleepwear. I think this is very, very cute. So again, this is a new item with this pack. Here it is. I was looking in the wrong place. Again, some really nice colours. I would say that sometimes throughout this pack, some items have really good colour swatches, and then there's moments where I think, there's too many colours on that, or, you know, it's a little bit clashy, or, you know, because this has so many weird colours on it, it's kind of hard to mix and match with other items. I kind of wish I could go in and change some of the colours on some of the items. It kind of makes me want to start making CC again, because I think I'd get more wear out of the items if the colours were a little bit more carefully chosen. So yeah, what I will say about this pack is that I do think we needed a little bit more sporty stuff. I do think we needed like an update to some of the outdoorsy clothes, because a lot of the base game outdoorsy clothes and like Granite Falls and things like this, they're kind of a bit ill-fitting, like the meshes aren't very good, and I do think the meshes in this pack are a lot nicer than those base game meshes. It's not a very trendy style, but it suits the purpose of the pack. The pack is very outdoorsy, and so it wouldn't make sense to have a lot of like high fashion dresses, because that's not what the pack's about. So I do actually appreciate it for what it is, and I do think I'll use a lot of these items even if they're not like the most fashionable. I do also like that they have a slight vintage feel, like a slight retro feel. So for example, these little socks, but again, these socks are an example of like, I really wish the stripes on those were white, for example. These are cute, I like these ones, but I don't know, I think I would have gone for slightly different swatches on some of these. I don't know, maybe I'm just being like super fussy. Anyway, moving swiftly on to party wear. Same top. I don't know, it's kind of like at the end of the night she just takes her jeans off and swaps them for the shorts and climbs into bed, like doesn't even bother changing the top. I'm like that. I'm quite a scruffy lazy person, I'm not gonna lie. And so, you know, if I'm wearing like a vest top during the day, I just take my jeans off, put a pair of like jogging bottoms on and get in bed, like the vest top staying on. And then if I'm really tired in the morning and like I have to take my kids to school or something, I just put a sweatshirt over the vest top. I don't think I stink. I might stink. Yes, moving swiftly on. This is her party wear. This is her swimwear. I was so excited to talk about this. It's so flattering. I love this swimsuit. Probably one of my favourite swimsuits in the game. I like that it looks like quite a thick scuba material. It looks very, very supportive, very sporty. I really like the shape of it. Again, it just looks so flattering because you have this really high leg, which I think is really flattering, but then you have this like lower section underneath, which I think just makes it a little bit more secure. I'm quite a curvy person in real life, and so if I'm going swimming, and I'm an adult child, so if I'm going swimming, I'm pretending to be a mermaid. I'm pretending to be an alligator and death rolling. I am swimming around like a seal, right? I'm playing with the ball. I'm, you know, piggy in the middle and things like that. Listen, if I'm in the pool, I'm bobbing around. And so I need something that's like full coverage. I need like a proper sporty swimming costume. And so wearing something like this, I would feel so secure in it. And, you know, I wouldn't have to worry about things like bobbing up to the surface, you know, floating around on their own accord. Like, that is a secure swimming costume. And so if you compare it to a lot of the other swimming costumes in the game, a lot of them are very fashion forward. They're more about like posing at the side of the pool. So for example, if you look at Poolside Splash, I adore the swimming costumes in that pack, but they don't look like you can like sporty swim in them, right? They do look like poolside posing Instagram style swimwear. So this is for your sporty sims. So I do actually, with the club system, you know, Summer Holiday, she's actually in a swim team. She's in the athletics career and she's in a swim team. And so I would use this as my swim team outfit. Like, you know, my Olympic swim team would be wearing this outfit, like all in matching colours. So I really, really like that. And then so I could actually do that. You know, like I was saying, I've got a club system for my swim team. I could even have like a custom venue or a custom schedule for a pool where at a certain time of the day, my swim team sims show up and like swim laps and then leave, like all in the matching uniform. So I could use that as well. That'd be really fun. And actually, do you know what? You can, if you've got the clubs, you can set a custom venue as the club hangout. So you could have like your custom venue schedule and the club could turn up randomly if you wanted to do that. So it's very compatible. I get so carried away. I've already filmed this once and I natter way too much. So yeah, and it has such good colours as well. So you've got like your plain black, your plain white. That's really, really flattering as well. I think it's really pretty. And then like this one, I really, really love the colours of. It looks very circa 2000 to me. I had a cup that was almost that exact design. Yeah, I just think it's really cute. I actually do have a swimming costume, an Adidas swimming costume that's very similar to this, but it doesn't have that undersection. It's really high leg and I love it. I feel like if I can swimwear model when I wear it, but it's very small and it doesn't currently fit me. Maybe I need to swim more to make myself be able to fit into my super cool Adidas swimming costume. And then you also have this one as well, which is again like a scuba suit but cropped, and I think it's really nice. I really, really like this. The swimwear gets a 10 out of 10 for me, except for the guy swimwear, which we'll come to in a little bit. Hot weather, you have this, and I didn't think I liked these shorts at first, and then they really are growing on me. I kind of like them. I think what threw me off at first was that they have like 2 layers. I was like, what's that about? But the more I play with them, the more I like them. And I don't mind that these are kind of like jazzy colours. I think they're kind of fun. Like, I feel like she's off to a rave in that outfit, you know? If I made the top black, yeah, I kind of like them. I really like this swatch as well. So, like, I don't know, the colours on that work. I really, really like it. So, yeah, that's her hot weather outfit. These slides as well, I really like these. These are actually enabled for swimwear, which I find really interesting. So these and these. And I think the intention behind this is to have, because the setting is like New Zealand, sorry, I'm shouting, I'm just excited. Because the setting's New Zealand, kind of Australia, New Zealand-ish, there's a lot of like stingy things in the water around that area. So like jellyfish, and are they called like mudfish? You know, the ones that kind of like, or rockfish or something. My kid was on about them. They kind of look a bit like pufferfish, but they hide in the mud and they're really spiky. So you stand on them and like they poison you. So all these like scary things that you might accidentally stand on, and even just rocks, you know, like sharp rocks and like broken shells that might stab your feet. So if you're going in and out of the water a lot and you want to protect your feet, but you don't want to wear like big goofy flippers, you know, things like this are actually really perfect. So things like this I think are really nice for just kind of like going in and out of the beach, almost like jelly shoes. I would love jelly shoes for adults. We have them for children but not for adults. Sims team, can we have some jelly shoes please, because they're so cute. Let me relive my childhood. So we have these anyway. So yeah, the intention I think is like if you stood on like one of those spiny fish, like you'd be okay because the sole is so thick. And then these I think are more for like if you're going around the rock pools. So because it has like entomology, so it has this kind of almost scientific interest in the wildlife, unlike the park ranger and things like that. So say you were going like, I don't know, rock climbing or spelunking, or just dabbling through the rock pools, or if you were on like a rocky beach, having something like that is gonna be a little bit less like slippy. Like I imagine it's got some kind of like grip on the bottom, and it's also just going to protect the soles of your feet as well from anything sharp. So I really like that because it's such a clever idea. I think unless you are the sort of person who does that regularly, you're not going to think that that's something that you need in the game. But I think for people who do a lot of outdoorsy stuff, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I wear those, yeah, I do need that. So even though it's not to my fashion taste, I can definitely see the logic behind the items in this pack. But the thing with these slides is they do deform on the female foot. Can you see that they kind of they have like a bump on the front of the ankle? So I don't know what that's about. They do look a little bit deformed, but I'm just going to ignore that. They're fine on the guys, it's only on the girls. I'm just going to not look. Cold weather is this. I really like this. Is this tagged for cold weather? I don't think it is, which is wild to me, because it's like, why is this t-shirt tagged for cold weather? Why is this tagged for cold weather? And then this that is literal fleece isn't tagged for cold weather. Some of the tagging in The Sims 4 is wild to me, which is why I always take the tags off. So yeah, if you take off the cold weather tag, you can actually access this. Look at how fleecy that is. That's a little outdoorsy jacket. Also, look at the detail of the quality on this. I really like that the top of it looks like a kind of leather or a pleather look, and then the bottom of it is this like fleece. So can you see it's like, again, tripping over my own words, it's slightly shiny at the top and then like fluffy at the bottom. I think it's a really nicely made outfit. And then the little buttons, they do look ever so slightly raised, like the little poppers, and they've got a bit of a shine to them. So I really like the quality of this item, even if it's not my favorite like design. Maybe I wouldn't wear that personally in real life, but I think it's cute, and I could definitely see myself using it on my Sims quite often. Even like the sleeve length is lovely, and the way it kind of tapers in at the wrist. Very nicely made item. 10 out of 10 for whoever actually made that. So yeah, that is Ellie Best. I'm going to try and speed up a little bit because I talk way too much. But Callie O'Pia. So Callie O'Pia is she's a Cancerian. She's squishy on the inside, but scary on the outside. So because she's got a big soft squidgy heart, and she's romantic, and she's she's really kind of like looking for a partner and like someone who that she can love and who will love her. She wants romance in her life. But she's a little bit guarded. So she has this kind of like tough exterior, this tough outer shell. So she's going to be my romance novelist. If you have life and death, I would really love to have, I think it's knowledge. Ghost historian. I think that would be a really nice aspiration for her as well, along with maybe taking off self-assured, although I do like that for her, and going for the macabre trait. You could also earn it. If you do certain activities with her, you might get offered that as like a bonus trait. But yeah, I think macabre would suit her really well as well. So kind of like dark gothic romance is her vibe. So she's very self-assured, at least externally. She's a bookworm and she's romantic. I'd also probably switch out romantic for love bug. If you have, sorry, I never remember where anything is. If you have love struck, I think she's more of a love bug than emotional, there we go, than a romantic sim. I think that suits her a little bit better. But again, I'm trying to keep her base game and adventure awaits. So her preferences, she likes alternative music, she likes black, she likes paper crafting as well as writing. Because my intention for her, again, I'm trying to kind of create a sim for every feature of the pack. So with paper crafting, I'm like, because she's really into books and writing, she has a lot of paper on her desk. So sometimes she like fiddles and does a little bit of origami. So yeah, I wanted to have a very paper theme for her. But yeah, she's a bit of a rock chick. I really love this hairstyle. I think it's really, really pretty. And look at her freckles. So she has full body freckles. and I love her. When I made her, I instantly fell in love with her. I really like her face shape. I like the width of her nose, and then look at her top lip. She looks kind of a bit like she bites her bottom lip when she's concentrating. I think she's super duper cute. Let me show you what she looks like with no makeup on. So if I just go to here and take off her makeup, that's what she looks like without makeup. So I think the makeup does make a little bit of a difference. It makes her look a little bit edgier. I really, really like her. Also like the detail of the shark tooth necklace, I think is fun. And I love the tattoos as well on her. So she has a base game t-shirt on, and then she has these really nice pants on from the pack. So these ones here, I don't know why it says she's wearing that, because she's not. It's being weird, but these are really nice as well. I like the quality of these. I do think that the tie waist, the drawstring, could stick out a little bit more. It does look a little bit flat, but I like the style of these. I like that they feel like athleisure wear. They feel like they're a little bit more upmarket because of the cord and because of that little tag as well. It almost looks like a little leather tag. It does actually have a bit of shine to it. My criticism with these pants is that I do think it would be nice if the drawstring was more raised. It had more of a bump map, and they have the problem that I have with almost all the jogging bottoms and casual pants in the game, that they're too cropped. I don't understand why the Sims team always do this. I don't know if this is like an LA thing or something, or wherever the designers are, but I feel like in the UK we prefer to have our jogging bottoms and casual pants all the way down to our shoes, or at least down to our ankles. So having the crop looks really weird to me. I did pair it with these boots and the t-shirt to give it more, she almost has a bit of an army-esque, like a military-esque style to her. But yeah, I don't love that they're cropped. I really, really wish they were full length. The colours are really quite nice. I like how tonal they are. Again, there's maybe one or two places where I would have switched out the colours a little bit, like maybe I'd have had a different colour label there. But on the whole, I do like these. Like the blue, see what I mean about contrast on there? I think the blue with the brown label looks really, really nice. I think the green would have looked nice with either like a tan label or a cream label or a brown label rather than that kind of olive colour. So I think I would have paid a bit more attention to the colours of some of these swatches if I was designing them. But again, that's my own personal taste. It's what looks good to my own eye, and art is subjective. So I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm fussy. But yeah, she's got them on with those base game shoes, and I think she looks pretty cool. So going over to her formal wear, she looks a little bit more ladylike here. I do see her as potentially coming from somewhere like Ravenwood. And so again, remember, she's kind of, even though she's got a bit of a rocky emo exterior, she also has a ladylike side. So thinking about people like Dita Von Teese, you know, Dita Von Teese, she has this rock girl look. She's a bit of a goth girl, but she's also very ladylike. So that was the aim that I was going for with her here. Going to her athletic wear, again, keeping a very consistent style to her. I feel like she does prefer to cover up quite a bit where possible. She's a little bit tomboyish. So yeah, she has that on. Her sleepwear is this. And I like this because you can see those freckles on the side of her leg there as well. I think she's very sexy. I think she's very, very pretty. I've just used a long sleeve base game top with those new rugby shorts and the kind of like soccer socks as well, just to give her like a casual, like loafing around the house, Netflix and chill kind of vibe. Her party wear is this. So again, she has that jacket on. I've probably used this jacket on 3 Sims in this colour. I've probably used it way too much, but I do like it with those new cropped jeans as well. These come in really nice colours too. So the only colour I'd say is missing is a grey colour. I think it would have nice to have had like a really, really grey colour, but on the whole I think most of the denim colours that you would expect are here, along with things like purple, which is a fun colour. So yeah, I really like those. I probably will use those quite a lot in my game, and I think they're a little bit nicer than some of the other crop shorts jeans that we have in the game as well. I do feel like there's something a bit new and different. We don't have anything exactly like that. Going to swimwear, so she's so cute. So she is ginger, guys. So she does have to protect herself from the sun, so she has her sun cream on. I also feel like she she's not the most outdoorsy sim. So, and I think because she's a little bit macabre, she's maybe a little bit anxious about things. So in my head, she was kind of like, okay, she's going out on a kayak, but she's scared of drowning. Maybe give her like the chase by death trait as well. So she's taking extra precautions. So she's got the life jacket on. And yeah, she's kind of like, she's a bit nervous, but she feels more secure in her life jacket. Again, she's a Cancerian. She wants to feel secure. And then I really like that this swim cap has the little bird on the side, but it does kind of look a little bit like the crow from Ravenwood. So I felt like that was keeping in line with where I imagine that she's from. Going over again to her hot weather, again, she's got a little bit of protection on her nose there. She's covered up a little bit there with the headscarf. And yeah, I like this look. Again, it kind of looks a little bit 80s rock star, like 80s rocky look with the tattoos, the crop shorts. I love these dad shorts as well. Are these, I guess these are tagged for guys. Are these tagged for guys? Yeah, but I put them on her and I think they look really good on her. I like that patch on the back. You can see it's got a bit of a shine to it. And again, these come in all the, oh, wrong pants. These come in all those classic denim colours. Again, I do feel like we could do with a true grey colour. But apart from that, I do actually really like these. I like the purple would suit her really well as well. These are really, really nice. Going over to cold weather, she has a bit more of a ladylike jacket on there. Again, just she looks a bit more romantic in this, kind of letting her true nature show a little bit. And I really, really like that plait as well. I think she looks really pretty. I think she's a very attractive sim. I was really excited when I finished making her. Going over to Addie Murell. So Addie is my geek. So he's in the anorak. If you've got things like not in his green, what's it called? Businesses and hobbies. What was that world called? I'm having an absolute mind blank. But if you've got businesses and hobbies, there's a train station rabbit hole and you can send Sims train spotting. I feel like he would be all about that. But he's my entomologist. So he really likes nature. He likes bugs. That's his special interest kind of thing. So if you're dating him, do expect to like sit down and listen to long-winded lectures about the life cycle of butterflies and things like that. Like he will waffle on about like his skill subject. So he's quite academic. You probably want to send him to university if you've got Discover University. He does have the new trait of Critter Hunter, and he does like all those outdoorsy activities like fishing, entomology. So I've been sending him to Granite Falls to collect all the books from Granite Falls as well, and to do like the herbalism skill. And yeah, he's been living his best life out there in the woods in Granite Falls. He adores it. So he's also loves the outdoors. He's a bit of a loner, and he's a genius. So my intention here is that he just really, really gets into his kind of subject. And not everybody like understands. Like not everybody wants to go to Granite Falls, sleep in a tent in a thunderstorm and go out looking for bugs in the morning. So he's quite happy to go and pursue his interests on his own. So it would be good for him to have a partner who's also really into either the outdoors, who's happy to go along with him, or who is happy to go and do their own thing and have like their own interest and just allow him to go off and do his interest for a while and then like come back together and catch up. So yeah, I think he's really, really sweet. Let me show you his face. He's a cutie patootie. So he's very handsome, but yeah, he's going to be quite a tough one to catch. He's the one doing all the catching with the fish and stuff out there. So we do really like this cute little anorak. I think it's very sweet with like the plaid on the neck. And then just kind of like spinning it around. Those buttons have like a little bit of shine, a little bit of depth to them. I think this is a nice little jacket. And it comes in like a range of very cute colours as well. I think this is probably one of my favourite items from the kit. It is enabled for outerwear as well, cold weather. These are just like base game jeans, and then these shoes are new. Again, you get a lot of like outdoorsy style, like sporty style trainers and things with this pack. Again, not my favorite style in the world. For example, like these, I kind of wish we had a full white version. I think I'd get more use out of them, but they're okay, you know. I feel like he's happy with those. I can't remember what color I had on him. Which color was it? These? I don't know. They're the ones that he's gonna have on him now anyway. I don't know. There we go. And then, yeah, he's got some like cute little glasses on there as well. And he also has like the little whistle, just because he does a lot of stuff where he's like off scrambling around the woods. If he gets, you know, if he falls and he gets hurt, maybe he twists his ankle and he needs help, he's got his little wood whistle that he probably chiseled himself to kind of like, you know, call for help. So he's quite practical. He likes his safety. So going over to some of his other outfits, I feel like he went to my boarding school. If you've seen my boarding school video, I feel like he definitely went there. So he really likes the blue, which is the uniform colour, and he's quite good at like the smart tailoring as well. Like, it comes naturally to him. He grew up wearing a blazer at the school. This is his athletic wear. Again, really suitable to the pack. Again, it's not the most fashionable item, but it's appropriate. You know, like, I think in Europe we have this saying, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. And it's that kind of thing. It's like, what is it? Function over form. Like, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters if it protects you from the elements. You know, it matters if it's suitable to the activity. And so I do think these items suit the pack very well. Like, again, it wouldn't make sense to have like a formal sparkly dress, you know, but it makes sense to have these items. So they do fit the pack. They're well made for the most part. There's one or two items that I'd probably pull up and say, oh, that could have been better. But, you know, it's a decent pack for what it is. These little shorts as well. This is an example of where I would have gone for different colour swatches. So, for example, this blue, it's kind of got like a different shade of blue on the pocket. I think it would have looked better if it was just all the same blue, or the pocket was like a cream colour, perhaps, with the navy. Yeah, again, kind of like, I don't think there's enough of a contrast there. I would have gone for different colour swatches with this. Like, I don't really like that one, for example. Again, I think cream or white might have been better than, you know, the two tones of green. Yeah, I find the colours on these to be a little bit icky, but like the yellow and the black kind of works. The contrast is good. The compatible colours. Some of the other colours are a bit and then these boots as well. I do actually really like these boots. They look appropriate to kind of like, say you were going up Mount Komorebi, right? You were doing like a proper trek. You would wear something like this. They look like Cat or what are they called? I want to say Kalemvor, but that's not right. That's the god of the dead in D&D. What are they called? It begins with K. I don't know. Caramore boots or cat boots. You know, they look like the proper fit for purpose. They look like the good quality climbing boots. So yeah, I do like them. Just, again, it's not my personal style. Like, I would only wear those if I was actually climbing up a mountain. So sleepwear, again, it's kind of like the school uniform from the boarding school. I feel like he was in the rowing club, he was in the kayak club, so I kind of like that, you know, that's his comfort zone for him. He's got all those happy memories, and, you know, he's still kind of in that mindset of, you know, being proud of being on that swim team in boarding school. I think he's a very sweet sim. This is his party wear. I do kind of like the retros. I like the fit of this jumper. I like the style of this jumper. What I would pull up about this is that I really, really wish there was more attention to detail on the seams, on the edges, because it does look a little bit painted on. It doesn't really look realistic. It looks like when you get into creating CC for the first time and you take something into like an image editor and you just colour it in. It kind of looks like that to me. I really wish they'd added like more of a bump mat, more of a seam detail between these bits of fabric, you know, on this shoulder there as well. It does look a little bit flat and painted to me, but from a distance I think it looks quite nice. I do like the style of this. It looks kind of retro, kind of 70s. So I like the design, I just don't like the execution of it. Dad shorts, I'm always here for a pair of dad shorts. So we've already seen these, I won't talk about them too much. They do remind me of the ones from, I want to say, either Eco Lifestyle or Island Living. We've got some similar ones, but they've kind of got holes in, so these are a bit different. So I really like these as an alternative to the other dad shorts that I use all the time. And then he's just got like little sandals on with those. Swimwear, this is what I was saying about the other swimwear. This is such a funny item to me, but again, it does look really suitable for someone who is you know, maybe they're a marine biologist, right? Maybe they do work around the ocean quite a lot. So having the leggings underneath, it's like skin protection, because if you're swimming around and there's a lot of jellyfish, which there are jellyfish in this pack, you know, you don't want them stinging your legs. So having that like full leg protection, I think, you know, you do see people wearing this, even though it looks like quite a wild outfit when you first look at it. So, yeah, this is kind of his... and I do like the designs on this as well. Again, I do think this is quite a nice, well-made outfit. Even though it's not to my taste, it looks kind of a bit crazy. I could definitely see him wearing it. I can't actually remember what colour I had him in now. That one. So, yeah, because he's more about functional clothing than fashionable clothing, I thought he's the one to wear this. I really wish we had those shorts as a separate item though, because the design of those shorts is really cute. I think it would have been nice to have had all of these as 3 separate items, and then we could have like layered them up if we wanted to. I would have got so much use out of those shorts. And if you look at them as well, if you zoom in, like, again, very nicely made. Look at the detail of this zip and then this little toggle. You know, it's properly designed. It's 3D, which is what I was feeling like I was missing from some of the other items. So again, like, style-wise, 0. Like, design-wise and execution, 10. I see where they were going with that. Hot weather wear. This top feels very For Rent to me. Do you remember the style that we got with For Rent? I do like it. I really do like the texture. I love it when they have a proper texture on clothing. I think it makes it feel like much higher quality. So you can see it has this kind of like raised, kind of almost like a woven texture to it. And I do quite like the colours of this. The zip as well. Can you see how the zip is actually 3D and modelled? Very, very nice. It even has like teeth. If I spin it quite slowly, you can see that it actually has, you know, the bump of the teeth. So yeah, I really like this top. I probably will use it on a lot of like dad and granddad Sims. But yeah, I think that suits him really nicely. And then cold weather, very, very similar to his hot weather. I think he's really cute. I like this like splash of colour that he has as well. You know, again, he goes in and he just buys something because it's practical. He's not necessarily thinking about colour combinations. But yeah, I think he's a very, very sweet sim. So do look after him if you have him in your own games. Cherry Bakewell. I love her. Oh, actually, going back to Addie, because you haven't seen his little quirk. If I just go to his swimwear and take this off, yeah, he's got, I can never remember the word for it. For some reason, I always have an absolute mind blank on the word for this. But you know, the skin thing where you have like the patches. So that is his little quirk. So going back off that and going to Cherry Bakewell. Her quirk is that she does have a few stretch marks, but I actually think she's very attractive. I made her and I was like, I am instantly in love with her. Look at her little face. I love her face shape so much. If I just go here and take her makeup off, you can see, hang on, there we go, just what she looks like with and without the detail of her makeup. I've kept her very, very natural. I really love the glow on her cheeks as well. She just looks like a very wholesome, friendly sim. Like, she would look after you, right? So her whole thing is revolving around the cooking competition. So she wants to win the cooking competition, basically. So she's a perfectionist, she's ambitious, she's a foodie, and she's a master chef. So she is winning that competition. I really, really like her. Obviously, she loves things like cooking. She also likes gardening, because I imagine she would like grow her own herbs, maybe grow her own strawberries, because they would just taste so much better. So yeah, she's all about making the best possible meals and the best food. And I think she's so cute. I think she's very body confident. And I think the clothes are very flattering on her as well. So I really, really like this little top. The thing with this top is the tie, I mean, I was going to say it looks a little bit flat, but it is a little bit raised if you look at the bottom there. I do really like this. If I just kind of flick through, again, I maybe would have chose ever so slightly different colours just to make it easier to mix and match. But it's very, very cute. I really like this kind of like blue and yellow colour. She looks really summery, and this top looks really nice on a lot of different Sims as well. Like Kaylee also has it, I think, so I'll show you what it looks like on her because she has a very different body type. Going over to her formal wear. Oh, she has the new hair as well and the new earrings. Like, that hairstyle is so cute. I love the texture of it so much. It looks good on so many Sims. And then the baby hairs as well. It's such a nicely designed hair. And then the cute little wave earrings as well. She's just so cute. I love her. This outfit is actually very similar to Callie O'Pia. So if you have other packs installed and you want to redesign their formal wear, just to give them a little bit more variety, I definitely recommend doing that. Her sportswear, she has this really cute, it's almost like a little cheerleading outfit or a tennis outfit. This skirt particularly reminds me of tennis because it's that cute little girly skirt, but she has actually got shorts on underneath for modesty, and so I just think she looks so cute in it. I really like this on her. Going in, let's have a look at the little tie. I do think this could be slightly more raised. It does look a little tiny bit flat. It looks like they've modelled it a little bit, but I think it could have stuck out a little bit further. You can just see her stretch marks poking up at the top of the skirt there. I love this so much. Going to a sleepwear, again, just a variant. I wanted to use this top because I hadn't used it on anyone else. And I thought, you know, I'm the sort of person, like, I climb into bed wearing the vest that I've worn all day, and then I'm a bit cold, so I want to, like, put like something cozy on over the top. So that was my thought process there. These do colour match quite well, the kind of rugby shorts and the little top. So if you wanted to mix and match those, you could. This isn't actually tagged for sleepwear, but if you just take off the sleep tag, you'll get access to it. This comes in a load of really cute colours. Again, I kind of probably would normally pair it with a pair of jeans because I think it's easier to mix and match that way. I do kind of really like these retro colours in the pack. I think these are really fun. But yeah, she's just gone for that like cutesy pastel purple colour. She's very cutesy. Her party wear, again, I hadn't used this on anyone else, so I popped it on her. Right, okay, this dress, I see what they were going for. And about 7 to 10 years ago, this was exactly how I used to dress. I literally have 2 dresses almost exactly like this, but cord. And then I have like about 3 little crop tops like this. Like, this is so me coded, but me coded from several years ago. And I really actually do like the retro colours. Like, this one's really cute. But again, I think I might have gone for ever so slightly different colour combinations. I can see exactly what they were going for. It does look very almost like 70s, 80s to me. But again, ever so slightly, I think some of the colours are a little bit off. I would have chose slightly different colours. But the actual execution of this is very well made. Like, look at those, I don't know what you call them, the clasps on the top of the dungarees. Like, look at how nicely modelled they are. Like, that is talent. I could never make anything that detailed and pretty. Like, I really like the shape of this dress. I just wish the colours were ever so slightly adjusted, but that again could just be me being super duper picky. But yeah, this is me when I started playing The Sims, what I was wearing. Going to swimwear, again, that swimsuit looks good on literally everybody. My eldest was playing around with Cass with me and created a non-binary Sim with a very kind of quite a masculine body, like a masculine kind of straight up and straight down body shape. And this looked absolutely stunning on them. I'll see if I can get a photo to edit in, to like put into this video. But yeah, it literally looks good on everybody. And I think her stretch marks are actually very cute. I think, and do you know what? Sometimes people see flaws and I think sexy. Going to hot weather, this little combination. So again, she's got that little cute top on because I really like it on her. But then I've put it on with this longer skirt. And I do think you could wear a lot of this for swimwear as well. So it's not necessarily tagged for swimwear like that top is. But I could absolutely see that being like a little swim skirt. You know, almost like a little sarong over the top of your swimsuit. So if you wanted to do that, you absolutely could. Again, I think maybe the tie is a little flat looking. Could have done with a bit more detail there. But it's cute. I like it. And it's a little bit longer than this skirt. So if you have someone who wants to cover up a little bit more, you can do. But yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that is so appropriate to like beachwear, you know, especially if like you're lying on the beach and you want to go and grab something to eat, you know, you want to cover up a little bit, so you just put like your little sporty skirt over the top. Very, very, very cute. I can't remember which one she had on with it now. That one, there we go. And then cold weather. So this cute outfit. I love this because it looks cozy. Like, she seems very mumsy to me. She seems like, you know, she would take care of you. You know, she's going to feed you. She's going to make sure you're warm. She's going to make sure you're comfortable. Like, I feel like she'd be the mum character of the group. And then I really like the texture of this, like, rugby top. So I do actually really like this. I'm really into, like, my sporty, like, sort of like, I'm very into Princess Diana style at the moment. Like, if you go and look at old photos of Princess Diana, like, I'm very much like, do you know what, I think I want to dress like that at the moment. So I've been buying kind of like little brogues and things like this, and like silk shirts and things. I'm in my Princess Diana era. And there are pictures of her wearing things like rugby tops. You know, I think she was dating like a rugby player at one point, and so that kind of almost middle class style I do actually quite like at the moment. And this is nice as well. It has a little bit of a jersey texture to it if you look very, very closely. It's not like a flat colour. It does look like almost like a marl jersey texture. I do think the buttons look very flat. I wish the buttons were actually modelled, but apart from that, this is a cute top. So you get like all the different stripes, and then you get these kind of like wool textures, sorry, that one as well, like the actual knit texture. So it feels like almost a completely, like, this is a jumper, this is a jersey, you know, it's like you get a 2-in-1 with this one. And yeah, that's her outfits. So, Cherry Bakewell as well, for those of you who don't know. Mr. Kipling in the UK makes exceedingly good cakes. Not sponsored, wish I was. Please, Mr. Kipling, send me your Cherry Bakewells. I could have called a fondant fancy because I love a fondant fancy. But Cherry Bakewells, they're like little cakes. You can buy them in like packs of 6 from the supermarket. They're kind of like a pie base, like a pastry pie base, and then they have like a cherry filling, like a sweet cherry filling. Then they have icing on top, and then they have like a little cherry on top as well. Like, they're so good. So yeah, her name is a pun on a type of cake. Eros Longshot. So he started out with the idea of like Legolas or an elf, which is why he has like the long hair. But then he kind of transformed as I was making him, and he went a little bit more piratey, a little bit more rock and roll than I initially intended, which I think is suitable because the guy who did, what's his name, Rhys Darby from Our Flag Means Death, actually did the voiceover for the gameplay trailer. So pirates are on brand for this pack, but he's all about archery. So the idea of him, with him being called Eros, which is the equivalent of Cupid, he's looking to find the one. He wants his soulmate, and he's a perfectionist, so he's taking his approach to romance very, very seriously. He doesn't want to aim badly, right? So he's quite picky, he's quite choosy, and so he really wants to aim true and hit the bullseye when it comes to love. You see the theme, you see what I'm doing here. He's also very he's active and he's romantic. I probably would change that maybe to like love bug. Again, he's a little bit old-fashioned. He's a little bit squishy when it comes to romance. He takes it really seriously. With him being a bit of a rocker, I was seeing like, you know, Meatloaf, I would do anything for love, or like Bon Jovi, like I will love you always. I'm singing it badly. I think I actually mixed up 2 different songs there. But you know, like the old rock ballads where it's like they put the whole heart and soul into it. That's his approach to love. So I see him as being an Aries or possibly a Sagittarius, because Sagittarius are the archer. Oh, I didn't talk about everybody else as well. Addie, what would Addie be? I think Addie would be an Aquarius. He's definitely got his own thing going on, and he's very, very smart. So I'm going to say Aquarius for him. Cherry Bakewell, like mother. What would she be? Maybe a Taurus, because Taurus are all about kind of like physical pleasure. They're ruled by Venus, which is like, they rule pleasure, but it's in a very, very earthy way. So you do find Taurus really love good food and things like that, and anything that's like a pleasurable experience. So yeah, maybe a Taurus. And I do think she'd like to have a little bit of a party as well. Tauruses like to party. So yeah, and did I say Callie O'Pia? Cancer, yeah. So yeah, Eros would probably be, I do see him as Aries, but possibly Sagittarius. And let's go through, oh, obviously he likes archery, he likes fitness, he likes electronica music, because there's no rock music in the game. Although if you do have, I think it's paranormal stuff. No, nifty knitting. You can get like the metal music. So I'd have him like metal music as well. He likes purple, yeah. And then he's got like the black nail varnish, but one of his nails is purple as well, just to be on brand. So yeah, he's a bit of a rocker. I like this kind of like almost 80s style as well, with the dad shorts and then like the big boots. My dad was an electrician, so if you find a lot of like men who work on building sites wear clothes like this. So I imagine he's like an electrician or something like that. He's like a handyman. But yeah, this is his outfit. So obviously he has the purple top on. Going over to, he has a bit of makeup on as well. He's got like a little bit of lip and eyeliner stuff going on there. Going over to his formal wear. This is his formal wear. I like that he's wearing jeans. I feel like, you know, sort of almost Midwest formal wear sometimes. You know, people will still be wearing jeans and a cowboy hat. But that's the formal wear. I feel like there's almost something like that going on, where he doesn't want to be too formal. He still wants to have a bit of an edge to him. I also like this kind of like leather wristband that he's wearing with that outfit. His athletic wear, it's actually quite similar to his everyday wear, but I've changed the shorts. Sleepwear, he's got this going on. I really like the consistency of that purple colour throughout his outfits. I kind of wish like purple was in his hair as well, but you can't change the colour of the accessories. So yeah, I like this base game t-shirt. I like that it kind of rumples up on one side. I think it's quite... It looks like quite a good fit. It looks like how t-shirts are worn in real life. It doesn't look too Lego-y and too square. This is his party wear outfit. So we've seen this jacket already, but it's just in the purple colour here. Swimwear is this, which is pretty much just base game. He's covered in tattoos as well. I can't remember what his floor is. What was your floor, sir? I don't actually remember. Okay, that's for you guys to discover. Maybe I didn't give him a floor. Maybe he's the one that got away. Hot weather is this one. I really like this. Again, I like Adidas style sportswear. I'm from the north in the UK, and you know, the average guy on the street is probably going to be wearing some kind of sportswear brand like Nike, Adidas, you know, and things like North Face as well, which is quite an outdoorsy jacket style. So I do feel like this kind of everyman style is in this pack. Like, you are actually getting a lot of very wearable items that, you know, suit a lot of guys. Oh, one thing to point out though is there's a little tear on the sleeve of this, so I hope the Sims team sort that out quite soon. There is a little bit of a blep on that item, but I do really like this. It kind of feels a bit like a again, like if you have people like Sims in the athletic career, and you want them to be part of a soccer team or a swim team, like you're gonna get more kind of sports clothing in this pack, which I think actually is surprisingly useful. But yeah, you get some fun styles with this as well. I kind of like this retro style, the kind of 70s, 80s colours on this. But yeah, I think I'm going to end up using that black and white one all the time. Because literally, I could go outside right now. There's a building site actually outside. I don't know if you can hear them in the background. And I could probably find somebody wearing something like that, like wiring something up or doing some roof tiles or something. Cold weather is this. Again, we've got another cute little fleecy item here. So if we just change the colour on that, you can probably see the fleece texture a little bit better on that. I really like the style of this. Again, the zip is really nice on that. Like actually a modelled zip. The fleece texture is lovely. But I would say some of the colours work a little bit better than others. Like I think that one works perfectly well. Like I don't like the green on here, and I don't like that you've got like a yellow tone and an orange tone. So yeah, I think again, there's certain places where I'd have definitely adjusted some of the colours. I think some of them are a bit sickly, but some of them work really, really well. I like this one. I like this one, for example. But yeah, some of them are a bit ugh, you know. Like, and I really, really wish that the white didn't have a colour on it. Like if that was white and tan, like white and tan leather, I think it would work so much better than having white and an actual colour, because I think it limits how easy it is to mix and match things. And again here, like the black on black, I think it would have been better if it was black with, you know, black on like white, or I I don't know, just the colours seem ever so slightly off to me. And again, it could just be me being super picky. Kaye Waterdeep, she's adorable. I played with Kaylee so much. Callie and Maxwell Ness went off and did a lot of my exploration together. So they checked a lot of stuff like tents and yoga, natural living skill. They did a lot of stuff in the open world, and they had a great time together. Like, I don't know if they'd be romantic, but they're definitely besties. Like, they had such a good time. They explored the lighthouse. And so, yeah, I really like Kaylee. She's one of my favourite Sims. I've played with her a lot and she's a very, very likeable Sim. I really like her body shape. So when you actually see her in gameplay and you see her kind of like compared to base game Sims, so for example, Summer Holiday, and Summer Holiday is meant to be quite an athletic Sim, but Summer Holiday looks so deformed next to Kaylee because I think Kaylee has such a realistic body type. Like, you see so many girls with that body, right? That is such a realistic body. And then you compare it to Summer Holiday, and Summer Holiday has this like tiny weird waist and she just looks really deformed. So I kind of want to go back through and kind of edit all the existing Sims because they do not have realistic bodies whatsoever. And so I really, really like Kaylee. She looks so good when you play with her, and I think she does look like so many girls that you see these days. Like, she's got a little bit of a tan. It's probably fake tan, you know. She's got that kind of pale makeup with a bit of shine to it. She's got the false lashes. I really, really love her pigtails. She actually really looks like my best friend, like from the late 90s, early 2000s. She really has the look of her. And I think that might be why I like her so much. She reminds me of my bestie. But like, going to her makeup, if I take her makeup off, you can really see the difference on her face. I think she's so cute. Her little quirk as well, if I zoom out, is that she has braces. So that's her cute little thing. But yeah, you can see like the difference between with and without makeup. Just, I think it adds so much more personality to her face. But if you wanted her to be fresh faced, you absolutely could do. I love her so much. I've gone for this really tonal colour palette for the most part on her, because it works really, really well with her hair colouring and her skin colouring and her makeup. She's just adorable. I like her body shape as well. Like, she's got a very sporty style body, quite a tomboy body. She's got a bit of a curve to her, but for the most part she's quite muscly. She's quite straight up and down. And I think she's really super attractive. She wants to have a big happy family. She's family orientated. She's got a big heart. She's a very, very sweet girl. I think she'd probably be a bit of a Libra. She loves the outdoors and she's clumsy, and I think the clumsy trait just stops her being a bit too perfect. You know, like with the braces and with her being clumsy, it makes her really awkward and sweet, and I feel really protective over her. She's such a lovely Sim to play with. She likes diving, pop music, white and comedy. My intention for her is that she wants to do all things aquatic. So if you do want to switch Loves the Outdoors for Child of the Ocean, if you have island living, I recommend doing that. Maybe also, like, she could also maybe have the love bug trait if you want to earn additional traits. But yeah, I think she would definitely want to do anything like kayaking, snorkeling if you have Island Paradise, diving. She just loves the water, and she loves water sports and doing anything kind of to do with the water. So maybe you might want to make her a mermaid as well through gameplay. I think that'd be really lovely for her. Going through some of her outfits then, again, she's got this cute little tennis skirt on. I really, really like this top. I think I'm going to get so much use out of this top. I think it's a really, really nice style. Going over to her formal wear, she has this kind of like classic girly prom look. I feel like she's definitely going to fall over at least 3 times in those heels, but she looks so cute. She looks like a little doll. Going to athletic wear, this is her yoga outfit. She's done a lot of yoga, so I do recommend, if you've got a spa day, sticking a yoga mat in her inventory and just doing yoga kind of around the open world. Really love doing that with her. Sleepwear, again with this tonal colour palette. I think this is a really nice look. I think I stole this combination from, what's her name, Agora Chosky or something she's called. She's one of the pre-made Sims, and she wears an outfit very similar to that. But again, talking about that top, I had it on Cherry Bakewell, and you know, she's very, very busty, and then Kaylee has a much kind of flatter chest, and I think it looks good on both of them. So you know, the clothing is really nice and adaptable in that way. Her party wear is this outfit, because I haven't used this yet, and I thought it looked really cute on her. This kind of little summery dress with the trainers, very, very sweet. There are some like more tonal colours, but I did actually prefer the kind of summery colour on her for this one. Again, just a little bit of sunshine in there, a little bit of yellow, and then again with the swimwear, I really, really like the swatch on her. I just think it really suits her, and again, she reminds me of my friend from circa 2000, so she would have totally worn something like that. Really cutesy. Hot weather, she has this outfit on. I really like the little carabiner. Again, if you're doing anything with like climbing skill from Fitness Stuff or Snowy Escape, I think this suits really well. Sorry if you can hear my arm clicking on my desk there. This comes in a lot of different cute colours. Again, this is probably a really nice outfit. I used that in my army video on a Steadfast, if you want to go and check that out. Yeah, just a really cute. I like the colours of this a lot. Which one did I have on it? That one. There are also some like carabiner earrings as well, but I haven't actually used them on anybody. So yeah, cute outfit. And then cold weather is this one here, which again looks like I could go outside right now and walk up to the college and I'm going to see 20 girls dressed just like this. Like, it's so wearable and so realistic and so like cozy looking. What I would say is this has deformed slightly on her boobs because she's got such tiny boobies. The pocket is sort of a little bit indented, so it might not look quite right on every single sim, but it's a very nicely made jumper. So I really, really love that the top of this is kind of a little bit silky, a little bit quilted, and then the bottom is this kind of knitwear with the pocket. It reminds me of Inch on Arrivals, and Inch on Arrivals was such a peak kit for me. I thought it was really, really nicely styled, very fashionable, very wearable, and I feel the same about this top. It really does remind me of Inch on Arrivals. I really like this colour combination. Again, I think that would be lovely for Snowy Escape. This combination as well is super cute. This one as well, I like the pastels on it. Yeah, this is a really, really nice outfit. I don't love every combination. That one's a good one. Maybe there's one or two that I would have personally tweaked ever so slightly. Like, I think that would have been nicer if the pocket was tan. And then like here, I don't know what's going on with that. It looks like a budgie. I don't like that one at all. But yeah, I think I'll use that jumper a lot. I think it's really nicely styled. I think it looks really modern and wearable. But yeah, that's Kaylee. Going over, I'm going to try and speed up because my videos are always so long when I do cast videos. And I've got 8 Sims. So Maxwellness, he is such a sweetie pie. He's a little bit lazy. He might also be a Libra, to be honest. He's, maybe what would Kaylee be? Maybe Kaylee would actually be Sagittarius. Sagittariuses can be a little bit clumsy. They can be a little bit clowny, but they've got a really big heart. So either Libra or Sagittarius for her. Maxwellness, yeah, maybe Libra. He's a little bit lazy. I don't like the word lazy. I'm a Libra. I don't think I'm lazy. I'm actually a very, sorry, my headphone fell out. I'm a very, very productive person. And I do things like yoga, and I do things like, I like going walking, but I'm not an active person. But I wouldn't describe myself as lazy, right? I'm kind of laid back. I think laid back is a better word for me. So lazy feels accusatory to me. I don't like the word. It feels old-fashioned. It feels like, you know, a little bit ableist, because I think a lot of people who are not neurotypical perhaps aren't as active. It depends, you know, it depends on, you know, that specific person. But, you know, if, for example, you've got something like ADHD and maybe you're not very organized, people might be like, oh, why haven't you done your homework? You're lazy. And it's like, no, I've just got, you know, my brain's just not wired in a way where I'm good at keeping up with these things. So I don't like the term lazy. I think it's a bit ableist, but, you know, I wanted to have a sim that was kind of less active and like didn't want to do all the outdoorsy stuff, but wanted to do things that, you know, the aspects of the pack that work with like the natural living skill from what's it called? Sorry, I've been talking for a while. I'm starting to lose track of what I'm saying. Enchanted by nature. So yeah, he does a lot of like the outdoorsy stuff, a lot of the camping. He enjoys nature in a really casual way. So he does loves the outdoors, and he's also vegetarian. So I could see him doing a lot of kind of the maybe even like the park ranger stuff. He's looking after the environment, but he's not overly active with it. You know, any kind of like gardening, anything, you know, keeping looking after the plants of the world, I think is what I was thinking for him. So he likes the colour green. He likes entomology as well, gardening, nature and soundscapes. So yeah, he's probably going to be into the wellness skill a little bit too. And yeah, I think he's a sweetie. I think he's quite caring and quite nurturing. So let me show you his little face, because he's got I think he's got a very, very likable face. He looks a bit like a little puppy dog. I think he's very sweet looking. And he has like a little bit of a birthmark here as well, just again to add a bit of interest to him. So gonna flick through his outfit. So cute. I'm gonna just kind of flick through and show you what's going on with him. I've not talked about this outfit yet. Again, it's another fleece. Again, it's another one of those where, you know, they have made a bit of an attempt at having a little bit of a seam there with the fabric, but I wish they'd done it on all the seams and all the edges. It does have a bit of a sheen to it, so it doesn't look too painted on, but I think they could have done a little bit more with that to just make it look a little bit more raised perhaps. But yeah, cute little outfit there. Sleepwear. I feel like he was wearing pants, but he, you know, rolls around a bit at night and got a bit uncomfortable and just took his pants off in the middle of the night. Party wear is this. He randomized with the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat, and I thought, bet, I like that, and I kept them. I thought they suited him. This is his swimwear. Look at his little dad bod. He's so cute. He's such a teddy bear. He's so cuddly. So I did try and go for like soft fabrics with him quite a lot as well. And then the little anorak. So these pants, this is what I was saying about like, if you compare these pants, and we have so many pants like this, but if you compare these to what we got from Snowy Escape, the Snowy Escape ones were horrible. They look really crinkly and like not realistic at all. And then if you look at like the Outdoor Retreat ones and the base game ones, they look a bit deformed. They don't have a nice fit to them. So they kind of like go in too much at the knee. They don't crinkle in the right places. And so I actually think these are a very, very nice fit. So while I'm like, did we need more outerwear? Did we need more kind of like active wear? Not necessarily, but at least they've done it to quite a nice standard. Because like even look at those little, oh sorry, his nails. He's a gardener, guys. He's got dirty nails. So yeah, if you look at that little tag, the zip actually has quite a little bit of detail to it. That tag is actually raised. It's not flat. So these are very nicely designed. You can even see here there's a bit of a seam, and it does look like there's a little bit of definition to that. It doesn't look completely flat. So it's very, very nicely made. I would say it could do with being an inch longer, but apart from that, I actually think if I'm going to be using outdoor pants, I'm probably going to use these ones quite a lot. Like they're nice. The one I would say that on some of the lighter colors, they do have that overly crinkly look. Like if you look at the knees, it's almost bordering on the problem that I had with the Snowy Escape pants, but for the most part, I think they're very nicely made. And actually, the more I explore this pack, the more I actually appreciate the cast. It's not my favourite cast by far, but I like it for what it is. And I do think it's filling a bit of a gap in the game that I didn't even realise we had. So Riley Peak, he's the bad guy. He's the villain. So he literally has the villainous Valentine aspiration. He also is competitive and hot-headed and romantic. So whenever you watch any kind of reality TV competition, there's always the guy that you love to hate or the girl you love to hate, right? There's always the villain. So he's kind of playing the villain on this reality TV dating show. The reason is that he's not there to find love. All the other contestants want to find love, but he's there to win the competition, right? He's got a different motivation for being there. So he wants to sabotage the romances of all the other Sims, and then kind of, you know, get with as many people as he can in order to win the competition. So he's playing to win basically, which makes him the villain. He likes hip-hop music, video gaming, archery and the color red. I do feel like you know, if you wanted to see him as a challenge, you want to see him as a project, and you think you can fix him through gameplay. When I was playing with the romantic competition, I did find that I did get a lot of opportunities to switch out traits or add bonus traits. So, you know, if you think you're the one and you can fix Riley and you want to try and change the hot-headedness for a different trait, you know, work on his competitive spirit or whatever, I don't think you can as an adult. I think it's a child thing. But if you reckon you could get him to switch out his traits and tone down his more competitive ways, you know, challenge accepted. I do think, you know, he has potential. But I will say that he has one of my favourite like wardrobes for The Sims that I've created. I have wanted more urban wear for the game. I've wanted more, because this is what you see guys wearing. Like if I go out in Manchester, you're going to see guys dressed like this, right? Manchester's my closest city. And I do actually like, I don't like socks and sandals myself, but, you know, hip hop culture, urban wear, you know, you do see people wearing it like this. And so I really, really actually do like that I can create this look now, this kind of like urban streetwear look. I feel like I can do it with this pack and like some of the recent packs we've been getting as well. I feel like we've been getting more of this style, which I actually really, really do appreciate. So this is his everyday look. I really do like the socks and sandals. You can see it's very inspired by like hip hop, urban streetwear culture. Going to his formal wear. Oh, also actually to say, he's a Scorpio, by the way. He does actually have, like, he plays by his own rules and he's very seductive. He does have makeup on. So if I show you what he looks like without his makeup, he looks a lot plainer. And my idea for him is that he really likes his skincare. So he's not necessarily wearing makeup, but in my head, he buys a lot of like expensive skincare products and like you know, aftershaves and things like this. So he does have a really good moisturizer that gives him a little bit of a glow. Maybe it's got a bit of mica in it or something. It gives him a little bit of a shine and it just adds some color to his face. So it's more of like a tinted moisturizer type situation. He's not wearing like makeup, you know. But you know what, nothing wrong with makeup on guys. I just don't think he would specifically wear makeup, but he would definitely wear expensive tinted moisturizers. So his formal wear is this. He has the new glasses on from the pack. I feel like they're a little bit too high. It almost looks a bit Wesley Snipes or like Blade or something. Like, I don't know why they sit so high up on his face. I don't like them, but again, I could definitely see them being something you would wear if you were like skiing or something, I guess, or doing certain sports. Maybe again, protecting your eyes if you're doing archery. Like, again, they serve a purpose. They're just not my style. His athletic wear, again, it looks realistic, right? It looks like a guy playing five-a-side soccer. So if you have soccer, by the way, I can't remember which specific pack soccer came with, but Riley and Ellie, I like playing soccer with them. So if you do have the soccer ball, I do recommend sticking one in their inventories. Football, by the way, like, listen, it's called FIFA or FC26 because it's football, not soccer. Otherwise it'd be SC26, wouldn't it? Sorry, being silly. Thank you to FIFA as well for the code. I appreciate you, EA Creative Network. Anyway, so going in, like, he has this kind of like sporty kind of football five-a-side look, which I think is very, very cute. I really like his hair as well. I don't know if you've got him, without his hat on. Again, like, killing it with the textured hair at the moment, the Sims team. Really, really nicely done. Very, very nice. Carrying on going then. Sorry, I'm losing my track because I've been talking for so long. His sleepwear is this. Again, he just has variants of the same style across all his outfits, and I think his whole wardrobe is so it's just so good. It's so, like, the theme carries through, you know. His party wear is this. Again, he's in the club, right? He has his shiny watch on. I don't know, he's definitely there to kind of like see like who he can pull, you know. I really like that. His swimwear is this. Oh, his little flaw, you can see it here, is he does have diabetes. So I don't know if he drank too much fizzy drinks, ate too many sweets as a kid or something, or if it's genetic. But yeah, I did want to give him a little bit of a floor, so he has to watch his sugar levels and just keep checking for those. So, you know, I think it makes the Sims more likable if they have something that they're kind of dealing with, and so that's his little thing. Maybe he's a bit embarrassed about it as well. Riley Peak as well. So this is his hot weather, again just a variant on what we've already seen, and then his cold weather is this. I really, really like this top on him. I think he would definitely wear something like that. Again, wearing kind of like the high priced upmarket kind of like, what's it called, athleisure wear, athletic leisure, the athleisure wear with like the branded kind of tags. I think he would definitely be into that. You know, he's not buying anything cheap, he's buying like high quality sportswear, and so I think that kind of carries across with that outfit really, really well. I need to go and have a cup of coffee because I've been talking for way too long. But let me know, who is your favourite? Who can you see your own Sims dating? So let me go back to their original outfits. Hang on, wait. Yeah, who would you see your own Sims dating? Do you have a favourite? Do you have any that you don't like? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me about what star sign they'd all be? Or do you think I've got it wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your opinion on this. If you do want these Sims, I will make sure I get them on the gallery for release. So if you're interested in doing like the romantic competition and you want to kind of like do the dating aspect of the pack, and you just want to make sure that you've got plenty of Sims in the world to show up, you know, plenty of options, just grab the household, dump them in any house, and you know, then they'll start to show up for your romantic competitions. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do take care of your faces. For those of you who are getting the pack, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.